It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the football team and the Black Knights coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Washington football team. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And normally in this spot we talk about passing numbers from last week, but this time it's all about the rushing. 3 times he found the end zone in his last ball game. He is a do-everything quarterback, and you have to expect we'll see him call his own number here as well.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 9 carries, 57 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20+.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but inside the he'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Laviska Shenault with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Black Knights march right down the field on the opening drive to take a first-quarter lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a former Florida Gator at quarterback Kyle Trask.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
First down, Trask. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Trask. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's see what you got.
Second quarter now, and it's London with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Don't do us like that.
That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Black Knights are able to widen their advantage. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Working out of the gun, here's Trask. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Trask. He sets to fire deep, and that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On third down, here's Gibson. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, here's Agnew. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense. Captain of this offense heading
for this game finished, but right now.
For touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Back to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. Connection made with Chenault. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he fires one incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up in the Meadowlands. The G-Men hosting Tennessee at MetLife Stadium. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. The Titans still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for our home team, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there. Both teams making their final adjustments. We're closing in on the second half. And for the call, let's get you back over to London, where we rejoin Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is DJ Reed returning, and he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Trask. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here's Tressway now. as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Agnew now to return. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Eluding the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And they'll run with Etienne. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Black Knights are able to add on to that lead. Lambo on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here's Reed returning. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Let's go. Let's go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they go play action. Here's Trask. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
From just shy of midfield, Trask. And he wants Reynolds way downfield. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Trask. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Trask on 1st down. Pressure comes and down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. London about set to take over on offense. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll look to throw here. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will extend this big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin.
And now it's 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the home team here,
the victory moves him to 7-1 on the year.
And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.